Good morning, I'm back in the kitchen. I used to vlog and put the camera here all the time and I haven't done it in a while. I need to show you these flowers. I've just got a Freddy's Flowers delivery and this is one of my favourite bouquets yet. Look at that. So we've got roses and then we've got irises, which we actually have loads of outside, and I think that I'm going to cut some of them and bring them inside. And they just look absolutely beautiful. I think it's because these colours are the sorts of colours I love in a bouquet. I genuinely, hello. Roxy's come to say hello, look at you. Freddy's Flowers, I'm not sponsored by them, I'm a customer, but it makes me so happy whenever it arrives. I just absolutely love it. Anyway, today, the plan originally was that we were going to be spending a whole day outside of the garden, doing, well, not in the garden, kind of like at the front. There's loads of like DIY jobs that have been on my mind for a really long time that I've wanted to do, including painting our gates and our doors because they look just a bit run down. It just kind of, the front of our house when you come in, it just looks a bit, I don't know, a bit gross, I suppose, because we've spent so much money and time this year on fixing a lot of things with the house. Lots of practical things like the windows, we're getting our septic tank sorted, which if you don't know what that's about, I'll link the video up here. Things like, you know, doing our garage that was leaking, our electrics. There's lots of practical work, and it's kind of meant that maintenance of things like the front of the house and painting things has gone out the window a little bit. So they're jobs that we can do that won't have to cost much money. So I really want to get into it, and every week my goal, my new goal, is basically to try and get as much work done as I possibly can by Thursday. Because I'm self-employed, I have the freedom to work the hours that I choose, and sometimes that means you end up spreading your work through the week because you can. Nobody, even in a 9 to 5, will work productively. Nobody, even in a 9 to 5, will work productively from 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday. There'll be so many hours wasted being distracted, procrastinating, etc., etc. And I'm just not a believer in this sort of 9 to 5 mindset. So if you are self-employed, you have the ability to adjust your week to make you productive within the least amount of time. And there's so many studies talking about this, about how a 4-day work week is much more beneficial. Anyway, so the goal is that we get basically all our work done by Thursday. When I posted my video on Thursday, the work is done and I can have a 3-day weekend with Fridays focused on DIY jobs. Now, that would be ideal and I would love it, and it also means that I can film it, which kind of is work, but it's much more fun, and I can work on all these small DIY jobs that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Even projects like the spare bedroom makeover that we did, we want to do our bedrooms upstairs and they don't require builders or anything like that, and I think that those would be some projects that I could work on this year that would make me feel really, really happy and we could get done. So yeah, but the plan was to do that, but then my sister and brother-in-law messaged saying that they're going to go to the St Ives Food Festival for lunch. It is 12:10. I think Alex is just in the shower. So we're gonna go to that for lunch and I'll take you along. I'll maybe film a few clips of the food there and then come back and just get started on things. I think the first thing I'm gonna do, I always find this with any project, the first thing you wanna do is the thing that's gonna be the most satisfying to begin with, because if you start on the hard job, you'll get fed up. So I know the hard job is going to be painting the front door because the front door is really grubby and I'm going to have to sand it and I'm going to have to clean it, and that project, maybe I'll do that tomorrow, but today I think I'm going to power wash the gate, the front gate, and start painting it. And I'll show you the colour we got because there was a bit of a turnaround. We went into the shop expecting to go for green. I was set on like a really lovely sage green, just kind of like a lighter version of what we have already. And then when we got there, Alex suggested another colour, which I'll show you, and that's what we're going for instead. So yeah, and there's so many things that I want to do, and I get so excited thinking about it, because when we were thinking about the front, I was like, oh my gosh, we could do this, because there's like a horrible wall that is relatively new. Maybe they put it up in like the 90s or something. That is really battered, that I thought we could, instead of painting it or trying to clad it or something, we could just put a hedge up to cover it. And that's another job that we could do ourselves. We could plant that ourselves and just sort out all the flower beds out the front. And Alex and I were also looking at a log storage last night that would look really cool, and I want to get some lovely sort of plants to get for either side of the front door. Hello, it's so dark I can't even see you. Can we leave in about 5 minutes?
What I need to do, I'm all ready, I just need to hang the washing up on the line.
Cool. So yeah, that's the plan. And also Alex needs to power wash the decking and take down the hot tub, because I'm really worried that's going to be like rotting the wood because of all the wet. And because our patio isn't done, I want a space that we can put a table out and some chairs so that we can actually enjoy sitting outside and having some meals outside this summer, because there's no way of knowing how long our patio is going to take. Our septic tank is going to be done though in the next few weeks, which is wonderful, but the patio might take another few months from now. I have no idea. So there's my very long intro, another long vlog. I really want to start filming again every week, these vlogs, because I think I've done quite a few videos recently that are like specifically about stuff or just like one day. And I remember last summer I was vlogging a lot of renovations and my just day-to-day life, and I really missed doing that because, like I said, the videos I've been doing have been like an evening routine, morning routine, what I've eaten, that kind of stuff. So let me know if you like the longer vlogs and I'll keep them up, and I'll try and use the long vlogs, vlogging my Fridays and weekends and stuff, as motivation to get all my work done by Thursday, because that would be the dream. Bobby is modelling the flowers beautifully. Did they say that the festival is not dog friendly?
Oh, I don't know.
I need to check the messages. She really needs a haircut. Look at you. Bobby, you look like a teddy bear. We've contacted so many groomers and nobody is replying. And it takes about 4 hours for me to do it, and I can't be bothered. I've done her ever since we've had her, the last 3 years. But is it 3 years or is it 2.5?
2.5.
2.5.
2 and 3.
Can you believe when we got her she was 4 years old?
2 and 2/3.
She was 4 and now she's 7.
I still haven't made her birthday cake.
I think we need to throw that away. That's definitely gone off. When did you buy that? 2 years ago?
No, I bought it more recently. We ate the other one.
We ate the other one, did we?
Oh god, Roxy and Reggie ate it.
I've added a couple of plants to our kitchen. Ignore this. I'm actually giving this to my sister because it was in a PR package, and I've got quite a few glass vases. I think Alex is bringing those with him. But I got this lovely fern with this gorgeous pot from Trevenna Cross. Is it Trevenna Cross Garden Centre near Helston? Kind of on the way to Porthleven, and it's so pretty. And I just went into my mum's kitchen and she had lots of plants, and I realised that's what was missing. We've got our little money, is it money tree or money plant here, which is cute. That was over there, but I moved it. And then over here we've got our basil and mint. The basil is thriving. The mint is also thriving actually, but I feel like it needs to fill out a little bit at the bottom because it's kind of trailing upwards. I might trim it back and that might help it, but I'm trying not to cut them too much to begin with so they have a chance to like grow. Feels a little bit nicer in here having some plants, don't you think? I swear there was something else I was going to show. Oh yes, upstairs. I ordered some new bedding. Oh, very exciting. Lots of people actually weirdly ask me about the bedding that we have. All of the bedding that we have is from Linen Cupboard. And though their customer service was pretty diabolical a couple of years ago when I ordered from them, haven't had a problem since. So when that happens, I think maybe it was just someone who was working for them who was in a bad mood. So I've continued to buy their stuff because they sell vegan duck feather. So it's like eco cluster. So it's like recycled, how would you explain it? It's called microfiber. No, not microfiber, it's called microcluster. And I think it's essentially like recycled plastic made into microfibers that mimic duck feathers, because obviously duck or down feels lovely, but I don't want to buy anything that has feathers. So it is just such a good option, and they are really fluffy. Like, oh, little Frankie modelling the bed. If you come in here, you look how big and poofy and fluffy they are, and they feel like duck feathered pillows. They're just beautiful. But we got some new bedding from Sophie Conran, One issue is that this arrived with like what looks like a pen mark on it, which is kind of disappointing, but I'm hoping that they'll just refund us or send us a new one because it's only a small mark. But I got this gorgeous, lovely, frilly pillows for our square pillows because we like to have, I like to have loads of pillows so that I can read at night. So this is like a reading pillow. And then I got the really gorgeous scalloped edge bedding. I mean, look at it. I'm so obsessed. Ignore the fact that it is not ironed because I took it straight out the package and put it on my bed. And I know that some people would like to wash it. I guess maybe I'm gross, but I just couldn't resist. And hopefully it will look a lot better once we've washed it and it's not all creased like this from being folded. But just look at this scalloped edge. I just think it's so gorgeous. They have colours, but I went with the white because I thought I'm not going to risk it. And if I love it, I might get a colour as well because we need some more bedding. We've actually, up until now, we only had 2 sets of bedding. And one of them is a linen set from Piglet in the Bed, which I saw everywhere and we did order it. And it's beautiful when you first make the bed, but then within about a day or two, the linen stretches out quite a lot and then it's so loose and it gets really annoying. And Alex hates it. It irritates him when he goes to bed because he gets insomnia. And so when the duvet is all loose, I think it kind of, I suppose when you're in that mindset, when you're tired at night, something as small as just like bed linen not being comfortable can keep you awake. And so he much prefers the non-linen, just the cotton. So now we have 2 sets that are cotton. And if we do up this bedroom, whatever colour we go for, that's why I didn't get a colour one. I was like, I don't know what colour we're going to paint this room. So whatever colour we go for, I might get another set because it's so pretty, the scallop bedding. But yeah, that was the update. I'm feeling chatty today, can you tell? We're also seriously considering moving rooms because this room is a lot smaller than our other spare bedroom that has the ensuite. The only issue is the fact that this room has a TV and that room doesn't, and to like wire up that room with a TV, I just don't know if that's going to work. But then I was like, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we could like just have our guest bedroom have a television so when people stay they can watch the TV, and we could use this as a room to go like, I don't know, like watch television in bed mindfully, because realistically people don't stay at your house very often, so you can use the guest room and be like, right, this evening we're going to watch a movie in bed or we're going to watch some TV in bed, let's come in here and we could fall asleep or whatever. But day to day, like during the week, it would deter me from watching TV because sometimes I go on YouTube and I go down a loophole and next thing I know it's 11 and I have to get up at 5:30. So maybe it's a good thing. So I think we're actually going to maybe test out sleeping in that room and see how it feels, because then we would have a slightly bigger room with an ensuite. Because this room, it's quite like the gap between here is quite small. But this room, ignore all the junk in here because this is our junk room. This room, as you can see, we're basically moving everything around because of the garage. So ignore all of this because that's going in the other room and then this is going, yeah, ignore it. Obviously our bath is in here. This is just the reality of anyone who's renovating. I feel like everyone who's renovating has a room like this. But yeah, you can see the space between the bed and the wall is just much longer, the room. So it would be slightly more enjoyable to like have access around the bed. But then I'm also in here like, really, is it that much different? I don't know. And will I miss the television? Let me know your thoughts because I'm not 100% sure. And another thing is that super king bed in that small bedroom, does it look a bit silly? And would it look better if we had the super king in here and then the king in there? Because that would make more sense to have the super king in the bigger room and because right now we have it all the wrong way around. Our smallest room has the biggest bed and then our biggest room has the smallest bed. So the room we just made over this room, this has a double and it's the biggest room out of all 3 of them. Doesn't make much sense. Anyway, we've got to go out. I'm literally talking your ear off, so we've got to go. You ready to go?
Yeah, what's the deal with doggies?
We've got to leave doggies. Tom said it's not dog friendly, but we've got to be there now.
Right.
Okay. Off we go. Bobby's in the back. We are ready in the car. Roxy's all strapped in on her little dog bed. Dog protector, dog mat. And I'm actually really excited to go to this festival now. We did this last Friday where my brother-in-law and sister just said, hey, do you want to go to Porthleven for lunch? And we're like, yeah, okay. Just in a moment right now, feeling very grateful. Oh, what? The painted gate. Yeah, it's very nice.
A bit bluey.
I'm in the moment right now feeling very grateful for our job and appreciative. I was actually talking to my dad about this morning, because I was saying if we didn't have our job, so like being self-employed and YouTubers, like I genuinely think like what would we be doing right now? Like I don't know, just like the fact that we just get to do these things. I had a moment of like, oh my gosh, it's crazy that we're able to just kind of go for a walk with my dad in the morning. Like I went to a place near St Day. I went for this lovely walk around this like old mine like and quarry and stuff like that, just going out today and like even just owning the house, like having the house now before the sort of craziness of the housing crisis and you know the living costs and the fact that it's so difficult to get on the property ladder, and we were so lucky to do it when we did. You know, just things like that. I just was having a moment. I don't know, I was having a great gratitude moment today because of the stuff that's going on in the country. I just was a bit like, wow, like I just felt lucky. And like days like today, it's nice.
It's nice. Don't be so smug.
Oh no, I'm not smug at all. Don't be horrible. I'm not being smug, I'm being so grateful because, I don't know, I'm not...
Well, because it still feels like we've done work, which is...
Yeah,
nice.
I've done quite a lot of work today.
Yeah.
But
because if you're doing something else, then you squish the work in.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was saying this morning.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just having a moment of gratitude, and because I have previously, like, I mean, we are 30 years old, so but when I was in my like 20s, like not having any money, having to get the bus to work, and just like really struggling to figure out my life. Like I'm just having a moment of like, wow, we've come this far. That's great.
Yeah. What would you be doing if you weren't doing this?
That's the thing. It's like, what would I be doing? I probably would still be in some marketing job that I didn't enjoy particularly. Though I don't know, because I'm quite determined to figure out what I like. So maybe I wouldn't be doing that.
I think I'd be a ski instructor.
What? You've never gone skiing in your life?
Half of the year in the Alps.
You have never gone skiing?
The other half of the year I'd probably be like a sailing instructor in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, I'd be a yachty, like on Below Deck. So you know when everyone was like, oh my gosh, Maddie, you're pregnant. Surprise! No, I'm joking. This is my little niece. Oh, look at her, all strapped in. We are back home and I've had a few deliveries. I just put them away, but I thought I'd show you. My personal trainer recommended this brand of protein powder and I thought I would give it a go. So this is Form Nutrition. So I got their Super Blend Protein, which is in chocolate salted caramel. I think that this is their one that has like greens in it. So it's wait, let me have a look. It's got maca, flaxseed, our own blend of greens and fruit powders, pea protein, brown rice, pumpkin seeds. So it's got 20 grams of multi-source plant-based protein. So I think that's the one that's kind of got lots of different like micronutrients as well as protein. And then I got their performance protein just in vanilla. So I thought I could have this either in my porridge. Well, that was the idea. This would go in my porridge or it would go in a shake, and then that could be more of a drink. This has 30 grams of plant-based protein and BCAAs, glutamine, curcumin. So it's the perfect post-workout or recovery drink. Now, you know, I've been going to the gym a lot more recently, and I, out of interest, put my day of eating into an app to figure out how many calories I was eating and also how much protein I was getting. And I was actually quite surprised. I was really under eating and not having enough protein. And I think that what I was doing day to day was some days I was overeating, some days I was under eating, which I think was sending me into a little bit of a up and down I don't know, because life gets in the way. Some days you're busy, so you don't eat as much, or some days you're a bit hormonal or whatever. But I think that was impacting my hormones and my my overall well-being. So it was actually quite interesting to realise that if I'm going to the gym this much, I need to make sure I'm eating enough, and I'm eating enough protein to repair and recover my muscles. So I wanted to get some new protein powder and try this out, because just I mentioned about protein to my personal trainer. Obviously as a vegan, it becomes more complicated. Obviously you can still get protein as a vegan, of course, but it becomes a bit more complicated. It's not as easy or simple. So she recommended that, and I'm going to give it a go and I'll report back, because I'm trying to sort of add an extra snack into the day just to make sure I'm not under eating and then making up for it later in the day or the next day when I'm really hungry, because I've been to the gym and I've underate, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. So I'm going to try and add like a protein shake, a protein bar. I also ordered protein bars, so hopefully they arrive soon, just to add like that extra snack, so that I know that I'm not under eating, and then I can make sure that my food habits are a bit more even. It's kind of the sort of thing, I like went off calorie counting obviously for years, for the reason of when I used to calorie count, it was to cut my calories. But I wanted to understand basically how I was doing things better so that I could make sure I was doing it right. Sometimes it can be helpful just to understand and be like, okay, am I eating enough? Do I have enough protein? Am I having a balance each day? And am I taking care of things as a vegan? And I definitely wasn't, because I just think that I was, like I said, I think some days I wasn't eating enough, and then the next day I'd be like, I'm so hungry, and then end up like binge eating or like eating so much food just to make up for it, because your hormones are affected. Anyway, that was a huge ramble. What's new with me? Anyway, I thought I'd show you what we got from the festival. Let me pop you up somewhere so I can show you. So I got some kimchi. This is from, I don't know what brand this is from. Oh, Mutti hot sauce. So it looks like this. I saw kimchi on a sign and I was like, gimme! He was like, do you want to try some? And I was like, it's fine. I'm just going to buy some. I got a brownie. I don't remember the brand. I think it was like a Cornish brownie company or whatever, but they had a vegan brownie and it looks delicious. Then I also got my favourite peanut butter, the Frida's Smooth Original Peanut Butter. I saw the stall and I was like, that's my favourite peanut butter. And he was like, I heard you. And he came walking over and he was like, would you like to try our new flavour? They had a black pepper one and it was so delicious. I also got their toasted coconut one because this is a little bit sweeter and I thought that would be really nice on porridge as well. And then I got Alex some condiments because we've got something from the Cornish larder before and it was really yummy. I think we had it at Christmas. So I got some smoky barbecue sauce because Alex does eat that a lot. And actually we're having pizza tonight, so you can have that with the pizza. I got some tomato and chilli relish. And then I got some strawberry jam. And at Christmas, I think it's even in our fridge still, we had the onion chutney. So lots of delicious chutneys and things. Got some leftover wrap. The festival was really great actually. By the time you watch this video, it will be over. But it was all on the beach, and while we were there, we were all just talking about how grateful we were, kind of like what I was saying in the car. It was weird, we were all sort of saying like, how lucky are we to just be in Cornwall? Like, it's so cool, it's such a foodie place, and there's so many amazing companies in Cornwall that do such cool things. In the post, I also just got some bits from Evolve Beauty. This is their Mono Rescue shampoo and conditioner. It says for dry, damaged and coloured hair, which it's not ideal because I don't have dry or damaged hair, and my hairdresser said to me to try and avoid using products that say they're for damaged hair or specific types of hair because it can actually hurt your hair more because it's to do with like the amount of protein. So they were like, oh yeah, if you use something that's for damaged hair, there'll be a lot of protein in it, which can then I don't know, someone in the comments probably will understand this better, but basically it can do something to your hair that then makes your hair not happy with you. So I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm going to end up using this. I might give this away to someone. I don't know if I agreed for this to be sent to me. I also got the new Melissa Hemsley book. Melissa Hemsley books are great. I actually met her at PX Plus Festival. Did I meet her at PX Plus Festival? No, I didn't. I actually met her at a book festival when I was launching my own book. I've got this light on my face, a few years ago, and we did a panel together, and she is so lovely, so full of life and intelligent and just so smart and so passionate about sustainability. And I'm pretty sure her book is like kind of like flexitarian, so it's mainly plant-based, but I think that she does include some eggs, a bit of cheese, maybe a bit of fish sometimes, but still a great book even if you're vegan, because it's kind of like plant-based. So even if there are recipes in here, like it says meat and fish with lots of veg too, so there is obviously a section of that, but there's no reason why you couldn't adapt those recipes to fit your needs. Like for example, spiced feta meatball tray bake. I just feel like you could adapt that, and I would just get rid of the meatballs and just buy some vegan meatballs. Even this like, yeah, cottage mash. There's lots of recipes in here that could be easily adapted, like the spiced chickpea and fish tray bake with garlic yogurt. You could just do that, but without the fish, and swap it for some kind of vegan protein. But the rest of the book is full of lots of plant-based recipes, like charred corn avocado salad, tuna, which I posted that on my TikTok reels, chickpea tuna, and people got very angry with me saying that it wasn't tuna, but tuna with a CH is a thing. Mixed quinoa bowl with red miso sauce, tamarind, aubergine and nut butter curry. Oh my gosh, this sounds beautiful. This is like my mum's style of cooking all over, like flexitarian, plant-based kind of thing. Oh, let's just write a message. Dear Madeleine, hope this is a treat. Hope life is treating you. Dear Madeleine, hope life is treating you beautifully. Happy. What does that say? Can you come help me? Happy. Love, Melissa. I don't know what this says here. Dear Madeleine, hope life is treating you beautifully. Happy. Cool. It literally looks like happy coolie. Happy. What does this say? Happy.
Happy Colin. Happy cooking. Happy
cooking! Look how gorgeous that photo is of her. She looks beautiful. Yeah, I'll leave a link to this below. So from M&S for dinner, we are having my favourite vegan pizza, which is the 3-cheese stone-baked pizza. I've trialled and tested all of the vegan pizzas on the market. This is the best because they put enough cheese and they put 3 different types of cheeses, so it properly blends and it tastes like the pizza I grew up eating. This one is also really delicious. They're stone-baked, like wood-fired hot and spicy stretched sourdough. Alex loves this one. It's also delicious, but I think that I like this one because it just tastes like pizzas from my childhood. So we're having pizza tonight. I got some olives. These are the Queen Nocellara olives, Nocellara. And then these are, again, the best vegan chicken nuggets I have ever eaten. The Southern Fried Tenders, they've rebranded them. They used to be different to this. They are 10 out of 10. When I first ate them, I had to get Alex to go check the label because I thought he had accidentally bought real chicken. What else have we got?
Sausages. And the old chicken.
Yeah, so this is the old, although the thing is this branding looks different as well, but this is the old branding and it used to be something different to this as well, but it's the Southern Fried Chicken Tenders, and then we got these because they were reduced, the mushroom sausages, so we'll put those in the freezer and we can have them at a barbecue at some point. Alex got some Thai sweet chili crisps. Did you specifically get the reduced fat ones, Alex?
Yeah, I'm watching my way.
And then I got some popcorn. So I love having the M&S in Hale because it's like kind of like on our way places a lot of the time, and it's fun to get all the lovely little vegan bits because it's not convenient to shop there in general because it's doesn't have everything, but it's great for all the fun vegan stuff. So I'm going to put everything away and our house is beautifully tidy and I'm very happy that the weekend has begun. It's a lot later, it's 5:30, you know how earlier I was like, we're going to do all this stuff outside today. We went to that festival and we're enjoying ourselves. You know, I had a can of wine, and then I had a pint of beer, which I really regret because since I stopped drinking all those years ago, I basically only drink wine now. That's maybe a margarita if I'm out, but I don't drink beer. I think I've had like 1 or 2 beers since starting drinking again, and I just don't like beer. It always gives me a bit of a headache, makes me need the toilet immediately, and the only thing I can just tolerate is wine or champagne. So yeah, but we had a lovely time, and I just thought, you know what? Let's just enjoy ourselves because it's a lovely festival and we're on a beach, and I was with my niece and it was lovely, and I was feeling very broody having her strapped on me. It's so cute. She's just so cute. But yeah, we might go outside now, I think, and power wash the gate. So we've made a start because it will need to dry, and I might do a little test patch to see the colour, and I'll show you the colour, and then we'll do a bit more tomorrow. I feel like going to bed early tonight. I want to like have a pizza and then just go to bed and then wake up in the morning and just get stuck in, because I think that would be the best thing to do, because I think the football's on tomorrow, so I think that Alex will want to stop at 4. You haven't got rid of me yet because there's also a Riverford delivery that came while we were out, so I thought I'd show you this. You know, every other influencer does fast fashion hauls and the stuff that they bought from H&M or something, and I just show you the stuff that I got at the food festival and from Riverford. I just love food. So we have shiitake mushrooms. Top tip, always take the plastic covering off of mushrooms because that's why they go off. So I always get the shiitake mushrooms. This is basically our weekly order, and then every fortnight we get the veg and the fruit. So every week I get the mushrooms because I eat these every week, either in stir fry or on toast. We get the hummus every week, self-explanatory. Lemons and garlic every week, though we definitely didn't need the garlic this week because we are well stocked up. So I think I might cancel the next garlic order for a few. We get our salad bag every week because we always get through this kind of stuff much quicker. And they do change it up actually. So they usually give you whatever is seasonal in the lettuce. Looks like we've got, I guess this is butter lettuce. That looks so deliciously perfect. And that just never lasts very long because it's salad. And then they always give you a cucumber. Hit myself in the face with that. They usually give you these kinds of peppers, or the sort of Romano like long ones. And then they always give you some cherry tomatoes, which Alex gets through within a couple of days. And then every single week we got ourselves a sourdough bread, which I will enjoy on Saturday morning with some mushrooms on toast. It is my weekly routine, though I do think we've got some sourdough left over from last week. Did you eat some of it this morning?
Yeah.
Is it still some left?
It was like a sandwich or so. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Love this bread, this sourdough, especially if you toast it. Like I find with sourdough, lots of people don't like, some people don't like sourdough because I think that it thrives when you toast it. So honestly, delightful. So we're gonna put all this away, and then we're going to go outside and power wash the gate. What is adult life? Bobby? Pew 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 pew! Pew pew pew! So this is the swatch. It's kind of impossible to show in real life because it looks white on camera, but it's actually like it's like a grey stone colour. I'm sure when we paint all of it, it'll be more visible, right? That it's like a stone rather than white.
It looks stony there to me.
Yeah, on camera it doesn't. Also over here, so I power washed our office, but it's going to need a paint.
Yeah.
And I kind of like this cladding. There isn't any on the side of it because I think this was a garage, so that's cement, and I think they added this as an extension because this is the bathroom. But I think that we should clad the whole thing and then paint it all, because isn't that the same shape cladding as, so it's just that?
Yeah.
So I feel like they could just do the same thing. I was using the power washer. I didn't go too mad, but I used the power to try and get off the paint, look. And And it's not too many layers, it seems to be white and then browny colour. That's some kind of cement, that's the brownie paint.
Stone is that?
Granite. I really don't like the fact that it's painted white, and you can see the lovely lintels, granite lintels above the windows. So I kind of want someone to come and sandblast all the paint off.
One thing at a time, eh?
But they could just do it for us and we don't have to worry about it. Oh look, I did a swatch on the front door as well. So you can see it's like this stony colour. Obviously the front door is green right now, which is really lovely, but we want to try something a bit different, so hopefully that'll look really nice. We also have a second door here, which is not a real door. This is our kitchen, but I think there used to be a door into the kitchen or out the kitchen here, because this would have been in the back of the house. This would have been in the back of the farmhouse, but it's just blocked in, but it's kind of cute. Back here, this is like a sort of area behind the back of our office. It's kind of overgrown, and I would quite like to fill more gravel obviously on the front, because the gravel is like very knackered. I'd like to cut basically all these trees back a bit because they're all a bit overgrown, and then gravel all the way down here. In here is our office, and you can see this ivy is growing up the side of the office, so I feel like it would be much nicer if we were to panel back here and paint it, because you can see the office from the road, and when you come up to our house it's the first thing you see, and it just looks really ugly. I've no idea what this is, but maybe we need to try and figure that out. And then there's like these big pieces of granite, and they dug up down here because this is where all the bamboo was growing. These are the bamboo shoots that they couldn't get out, so we need to chop those back. And then this is like down into our garden, but I don't know, I feel like this space could be used better, and I feel like we need to put something here to disguise from the road a bit, maybe a different kind of bush or another tree or something. Also this is like a random piece of guttering that's just on the side, but I just feel like you could fill here, even just putting I feel like just ending it here and putting a fence here, and then just from here filling it, and this could be somewhere that we could like put the bins, or I don't know, something. You could just sort of shove stuff back here that you didn't want in view. You can even put like a small shed in here, like it's quite a lot of space, and basically I feel like both Alex and I need to spend a day cutting all of this away and seeing what's here, because I feel like there's just a load of crap. There's like stones here that have been buried, so I just think if you were to clear all this away, you could have a whole area that you could use, but that's for another day. This is what I mean by all these projects that we can do or could do that we just never make the time for. I keep finding things, but look at this lovely wheel. I'm gonna take this. Also look at this this wall, obviously a lot newer than the house is. It's really, really ugly. That's obviously an old tractor wheel or something, so I'm gonna keep that there. This is all of our crap left over from the building works we've done, so we need to try and get them to get rid of this. So we've got the old Cornish wall here, which you can see, which is the same on the outside, and it's beautiful. But they've put this on top of it, I think, and it just looks so ugly. So I want to figure out what's behind it. I kind of just want to get the builders to demolish it and see what's behind it, because if this granite is here, my detective work, if this granite is here, then surely it's got to be on the other side too. It just might be in disrepair, but I feel like they put this on top just to support it, but like it's so ugly. But you can see the old Cornish wall back there, so I'm like, why is this here? I don't get it. And it runs all the way down here, all the way down here, and then these steps don't look very nice either, and then we've got these very, I feel like, are they 50s, 70s, I'm not really sure, but I'd like to get rid of those and demolish that. And this shed, also there's like lots of cement, so it's just not the most pretty front. I mean, obviously we've just created a huge mess by emptying stuff out the shed and stuff like that, but Got these beautiful irises over here though, these are very nice. Look at these. But look, you can see it's just like a bit of a dumping ground everywhere. Like there's like loads of tiles and crap up there. But there's all these lovely pieces of granite that we could be putting to use. Look, there's even like a huge, do you see that? It's so amazing. And then around here, this flower bed, again, it's been edged with like cement blocks, and I kind of want to replace those with the stones that we managed to gain out the back when we were doing the garden. And then this wall here that like separates us from our neighbours, I feel like we should just get a hedge to cover it because I can't think of anything else to do with it. I brought you inside because I think my neighbours are having a barbecue and I feel like they can hear me. But you can see just, I don't think I've ever shown you the front before, partly because of like privacy, because when we moved I got a bit scared. People like figured out where I lived and it was a bit like, this is terrifying, what is wrong with people? And I got a bit paranoid, so I don't really show the front. But I realised I'm not gonna let that stop me from sharing fun things with you, because I really love sharing this kind of stuff. So I want to share us sorting it out. And I just think if Alex and I were able to use sorting that out as motivation to get work done during the week and work really hard so that we could spend an extra day once a week doing these kinds of jobs, I just feel like we would get so far. Because I just spent maybe an hour doing some power washing, and I was able to power wash the whole side of the office, the gate, and sort of figure out whether power wash the front of the house to see what our options are with removing the paint. And that wasn't even any time at all. So I feel like I need to put aside more time day to day when I'm just doing stuff, like on a day like, I don't know, I've had an early finish, just to go outside and do things, and yeah, just get planning. Because the front of the house, when you come home, whenever I drive home, it makes me a bit like miffed that I come into this house and this kitchen is like the dream and my living room is the dream and this house is the dream, but we've got a messy front driveway. And I think it's because this used to be the farmhouse. The front of the house is actually where the garden is. And there probably would have been access a long time ago when this was built. There probably would have been access to the house from that direction. Probably where the office is now, that would have been a garage, and before it was a garage, that probably was the driveway that went onto the road. And it was a farm, so our neighbours was the barn for this farm. So that was like the farmyard out the back. And I guess over the years, there's been additions like that shed, which you can see from the window. And the shed also, we were talking to our builders because we were going to do this whole renovation on the shed where we put a new roof on and paint it and maybe fix it up a bit. And when they looked at it, they were like, the thing is, it's such an old shed, it's got asbestos in the roof, so we need to fix the roof. And I don't really like using it as a shed because of the asbestos. Not that it's dangerous unless you move it, but he was like, you could spend a lot of money doing the roof, but it wouldn't be worthwhile because the walls are all uneven, so we'd have to demolish it anyway. So it's kind of pointless, essentially, to fix it up, because we could fix it up for now, like paint it, make it look nice, but also part of me thinks it's kind of ugly. Like when you look out the front of our house, that's the first thing you see, and it's very cute, but it's also just not, it's a bit of an eyesore essentially. And I feel like we'd be better off demolishing it and having a shed in the garden, or building a different kind of shed there, or just coming up with a different plan. Again, if you have ideas, I would love to hear them. We definitely need a storage shed. I think having one there is very useful because it's the driveway. But yeah, it's not something that we need there. And I think that if you were to get builders in, it means they could just do it all in one go. They could demolish it all, get rid of all those cement blocks, all that stuff I hate, and we could start again. I'm thinking it'd be quite nice to have like a shed and log store, and maybe like even like a little section that you could drive a car into, but we'll see. Anyway, that was a big ramble. I'll probably catch up with you tomorrow because I know this video is going to be a long one, because I'm a bit tired now, so I'm going to go outside and just tidy up and then we'll carry on tomorrow. Good morning, well actually good afternoon. I've been busy this morning painting the gate and I'm so happy with the colour. I was a bit unsure when we first put it on because I thought, oh no, it's too light, but I really like it. It's actually really similar to the colour in our garage, but it's different. So this is Ode to Joy by Valspar, and then in our garage it's something, I think it's cotton. Is it cotton? I'm noticing there's a couple drips. It's so difficult when you're painting a fence because you go round each side. Actually, I think some of these drips are from when it was painted before. Yeah, when you do each edge, it always paint goes around the other side, so you have to be careful. Yeah, I can't remember what the colour is in the garage, but I'll put it on screen. So yeah, it looks so much nicer, looks really fresh, and I think when I do a second coat it will look even better. Because it's, yeah, when I first put it on I thought, oh no, is it too white? Does it just look like a white? But it doesn't at all. It looks like a stony grey. Alex is going to go and get masonry paint so I can paint the posts that attach the gate so it all matches. And I was looking at the colour and I was thinking, because I power washed our office yesterday, I was thinking it would actually look really nice if this was the same colour. And maybe I'm getting carried away, but I don't know, it's a bit of fun. I think that it would look really nice if that was that colour, and I can start by painting this section because this is the toilet part. This section is obviously I think what used to be a garage, and they've obviously added this as an extension, so I think eventually I'd like to panel all of it so it would all match, and then we can paint that once this part's done. But I think if we got this part done, it just means visually when you're coming into the driveway you can see that, and that's something to worry about later. Roxy! And then, like I said, down here we can figure out what to do. I think, you know, dig some stuff out and panel this side so that it's visibly much nicer. But you can see the fascia there is actually not that different. So I think that if I painted it, I'd paint all of it the same colour. Maybe I'd paint the window white to match our windows, and then the fascia's white as well, so that it kind of matched. And yesterday as well I got kind of excited and I emailed a couple of people about sandblasting so that we can sandblast the paint off the house. I just want to get a quote because I think I've like faffed on it and waited on it because I didn't want to do it yet because I thought it might be expensive, but I'd kick myself if I found out that it was quite a reasonable job to do and we could do it now. So because it's like an outdoor job, it doesn't affect us inside, it doesn't like interrupt our lives or anything. So I'm going to get a quote and then we can put it in the calendar. Even if it doesn't happen for ages, at least I know how much it costs and I can speak to somebody, because building work and this kind of thing, the waiting lists are insane. So we may speak to someone and they said, yeah, we can do it in 6 months, and at least I've talked about it to them now. Over the moon with how this looks. I think it looks so much better. Obviously it needs a few coats, but yeah, it's looking so much better. And we're going to get a locksmith to change all the handles and the locks and stuff because I don't like those. And I will attempt to try and get this handle off and spruce it up, but I just couldn't be bothered right now. The gate has had its second coat and it looks so good. And then Alex has went and got masonry paint so I can paint these posts in the same colour. And I've decided I'm definitely going to be painting the office this colour and then I think the fascias and the window white, so it'll match the house. But can you imagine when this horrible grubby paint is gone? We've got these lovely new windows, this lovely stone coloured doors, and then we change this pipe for a white one because I don't like the look of this, and sort that out. And then we have some plants and pots. With that said, I'm going to end this video because Alex is coming home now. He's just gone out for the day for like chores and stuff, and we're going to go round to my sister's house to watch, I think, the Euros, some football and Eurovision, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I think it was a very long one, so let me know if you're enjoying long videos, and I'll try and keep making them, and I'm definitely going to vlog next week when I finish this off. So I've done one coat, and I'm probably, realistically, I think I'll end up doing a second coat tomorrow after work because it shouldn't take too long. Oh yeah, I wasn't able to do some of it because there's like weird cables and stuff, and I want Alex to help me sort that before I paint it, but I'm so glad that I powered through and got all that done. And then when these two doors are done, I can paint the gates, because we've got like a little gate there and then around the side, so I can paint the gates and I can paint the office, and then we can start buying some plants and stuff just to make it feel a bit nicer. And then we're having our septic tank done in a few weeks, and they're digging up our whole driveway, so obviously that's going to be quite disruptive. And then once they've done that, there's loads of gravel from the back that they can move, that they basically took out when they were doing the patio, and they can move all that gravel out the front and put loads of new gravel out the front, so it looks much nicer. So looking forward to that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.